Good morning to all of my subbies. Thank you so much. We have reached 100 subscribers. Yay! Everybody keep coming on out and watching my videos, and I'll keep making them for you. Hopefully over time they'll get better. So I have a little rant. Well, not this morning. It's 4:15. I've been up since 6:30. I feel like my day has gone so quick. So anyway, my little rant for the day. I'm gonna start this by saying I have no problem with other cultures. Okay? What you eat is what you eat. What you season your food with is what you season your food with. I know sometimes you can't help the odor it kicks off. I get it. I also understand that I live in an apartment building with other people, and this is not my home that I purchased. However, I feel that other people need to understand it's not your home that you purchased as well. So, I have an Indian couple. I'm going to use that lightly, and you'll understand why in a minute, that are living next door to me. Now, I knew this when I moved into the apartment that I'm in right now. The hallway had a very strong odor of curry to it, 24 hours a day. So when I walked in the apartment building to look at this apartment, I said to my husband, if the apartment smells like that, it's a deal breaker. Because listen, I could tolerate coming in and out of the building and smelling that. It's whatever. I don't live in the hallway, However, my issue is when it starts to come into my apartment and then I have to smell it all day long, including in the morning, because I don't like the smell of curry. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't like the smell of curry. I'm sorry if that offends people. It's just my personal preference. I don't eat it. I don't like to smell it, period. And again, I understand it culture-wise, some people, that's just how it is. About a month into living here, I realized two things. A, there was more than 4 people living in that apartment. Okay, at first I thought they were just visiting, and you're allowed to have visitors. It's your apartment by all means. Then I realized there's got to be at least 12 people living there because I see the same sets of people coming in and out of that apartment. Not my business who lives there. However, that means you're cooking an awful lot with the same spice. 2, that curry smell is now starting to come into my apartment because of the way the door drafts. And it's terrible because, again, I should not be subjected to this. I don't cook with curry. And if I did, there is special ventilation systems that you can put in your house. So that way, it kills the smell a little bit. So last weekend, what I did was to try to kill the smell a little since it was nice. I took the carpet cleaner, it's a powder you put on your carpet and you allow it to sit there for a few minutes. Now I opened my front door so the odor wouldn't be so strong, okay, because it was more of a flowery smell. And I put it on the carpet, I let it sit there for a few minutes, and then I vacuumed it up. So I was like, okay, good, that killed the smell a little. Well, after closing the door, it did wear off, and it was back to the smell of curry. So yesterday, I repeated the same thing. I had the door open because it was warm outside, and I didn't want to kill everybody with the smell of flowers because, as I'm offended by curry, some people may be offended by the smell of flowers. Well, so I buy an air freshener that is a common smell in most homes, and it's more of a neutral smell, that of fresh linen, fresh laundry. Okay, and I put it's an 88-cent air freshener, guys. It's not like it's some expensive Glad air freshener where you plug in everything. It was cheap, under $1 air freshener. I put it in my hallway by my door. I put it right by my door because so that way the smell that's coming into my house is fresh linens, okay? And it does, of course, make the hallway smell a little better. It masks the odor a little bit. Now, the last few days, it's been overly warm here. So this morning I get up, and now usually the heat's on, which is my second issue with today. Sunday, no maintenance people here, and they must have turned the heat down or off during this warm weather. Legally, you're not allowed to do that. I mean, you can turn it down, but technically the heat has to be on at a certain temperature, and it may be at that temperature, but the weather is colder. And I feel like we have air conditioning units in every unit. They're here. They're permanent. You don't have to put them in out of your window. So if it was that warm and the heat was on and it needed to stay on, because the temperature was going to drop, and now I'm not an apartment supervisor. I don't supervise apartments, but I do look at the weather. And I feel like as somebody who runs an apartment building, that's what you should do, especially knowing on the weekend when you won't be here, the temperature is going to drop. So the weather was ridiculously accurate. It's done everything it said it has done in the past week on my weather. So somebody, now the door was not open at 6:30 this morning. So between 6:30 a.m. and 9 o'clock, it got very cold in my apartment. Now there's a draft. My door is very drafty, which is, I have quite a few issues I'm going to take up with maintenance once I get here on Monday, or the supervisor of this apartment. So I'm like, it is so cold. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, it feels like the front door is even open. So I opened my door thinking, there's no way that this front door is open. Who the hell would open the door? It's 36 degrees. The front damn door is wide open. Really? So I take my air freshener in and close the door. Now the hallway re-smells like curry again. I have shoved a blanket under my door because there's so much draft. I am thinking after I go out to the storage, I need to do real quick. And I have to do it soon because it's almost 5 o'clock, which I didn't even realize. And it's Sunday, so places around me are going to close really early. I'm going to have to do something about this draft because it's terrible. And I have to be up early tomorrow because my daughter's surgery is tomorrow. The hall smells like curry. Really? Really? The smell of fresh linen was that bad that you had to open the fucking front door, excuse my French, and let in 36 degree weather? Really? Really? I don't understand it, guys. I don't get it. So I'm going to have a little chit chat with management here on Monday, or probably Tuesday, because I probably won't be back in time Monday to do so, and find out what exactly I can do about that. And like I said, I'm very understanding this is not a home I own and I have to share with people. But other people need to understand that too and be respectful of others in the apartment. Period. And if you haven't noticed, guys, I'm using my headset. Now, I just bought this new old phone, okay? I just purchased this phone about 2 months ago. And I cannot, without using my headphones, make videos because the sound is not going for some. It's going on me already. Crazy. I'm so grateful I got a new phone and with a new carrier, a new company. So I guess I'm going to call corporate a Metro as well, but I don't see really the point at this, where I'm at now, because I do have a new phone and I won't be using this much longer. The phone bill is going to due March 8th and I'm just not going to pay it because it's prepaid. So yeah, so that's really my little rants for today, my daily vlog. I didn't do much of anything today because it was cold outside. It still is. Temperature is going to drastically drop. I do have to get up early tomorrow and do a lot of traveling on trains to get to my daughter's surgery. It's at 10 o'clock a.m. My family is going to be there. But like I said to my child, I'm not there for anybody else. I don't give a shit if my mother's there, my sister's there, her father's there, her other grandmother's there. I'm not there for any of them. I'm there for her, strictly for her, support for her. And I was speaking with her mother because I call myself her birth mother. I do. The lady who is raising her right now is her mom, and I'm very okay with that. And don't get me wrong, this didn't happen overnight. I used to cry my eyes out saying this. But I'm really genuinely in my soul okay with it, and I'm very happy she is happy and doing well and progressing forward in her life. So I was speaking with her mother, and she's like, Jen, if anybody says a damn thing, she's like, they're going to have to leave. She's like, because we're all there for one one reason and one reason only. I said, I agree. And I'm very glad that her mother now is, we're very much on the same page, very like-minded. And, that makes me so eternally grateful. Because, a lot of kids don't get that second chance, and a lot of parents don't have that opportunity where they're, on the same page, but the people who adopt their children. Because, in hindsight, really, this is what's going on. Now, I don't lose any of my rights because I'm doing this voluntarily, and I'm doing it so it's easier on all parties involved. So I don't constantly have to run all the way down to where my daughter lives, which is almost an hour and a half away by car, to sign paperwork and stuff for her school. So her mother is able to do it. And so she can move on with her life. And not even in that respect, just progress forward and continue to grow. So, guys, if nobody tells you today they love you, I love you. Keep your head up, and God bless.